Hey guys, it's Jan, Not a Real Farm. So thought I would walk you through the greenhouse this morning. Guys, I am planting between rainstorms this year. It's one of the rainiest springs I've ever seen. And it's been very challenging trying to get the crops out, trying to plant. Everything is just saturated. So this is the first amount of sun I think I've seen pretty much for the week. So it's been crazy. But I thought I'd walk you through the greenhouse to show you all the different plants and what's happening. Our blackberries this year have just gone crazy, so you can see all the flowers. We are going to have clusters and clusters of blackberries this year. So they're still in the green stage, they're still developing, but they're a really great size. And I'll take you around and show you what's going on the outer side here of the greenhouse because the plants have just taken off over here. So I'm going to make my way down to the peas. This is actually blackberry. The blackberries are just, I have to trim them eventually because this one's just grown right over into the next bin. So here's my little pea patch. And the peas are actually doing really well. They seem to like it by the window here, get a little nice cool air happening. We've got lots of flowers on the peas, so it looks like we're going to be successful with those. And I see that there's been some flowering here. Take a look on some of my peppers. So these ones here are a lunchbox pepper. And we saved the seed from those last year, so we'll see how they do. Ooh, the zucchini actually is getting a flower on it over here. Awesome. I know you probably say, Jan, you're in here every day, but I swear, sometimes I go to bed and I come out here in the mornings and the plants seem like they've grown overnight. So we've got cucumbers. Our lettuce plants seem to be okay in here, but that's because it's been somewhat chilly over the last little bit because of the rain. See how high our tomato plants are? Oh yes, take a look at this. This is awesome. Well, the pollinators are going to be happy today. So the flowers have started to come out on my peppers already. So that's great. I wasn't really sure that was going to be happening as soon as it is this year because it's just been so chilly with the rain. We haven't had very much sun, but it seems like they're happy. Tomatoes. The grapevines are growing up in the back. Tomatoes. So usually what happens is once they get to a certain height, I like to pull them forward, do a little bit of trimming, and as they grow up, I attach them to the cattle panel. It makes picking the tomatoes so much easier. So we've got some Marconis in here. There's our kale. Oh, check it out. I'm probably going to be saying to you guys at the end of the season, I'm really tired of zucchini, but we have our first yellow zucchini happening. Check it out. Awesome. I'm going to be asking you guys for recipe ideas because I'm going to be saying, okay, I'm good. I don't know what to do with the rest of the zucchini. Our hot peppers are coming out, so our poblanos are doing amazing. I feel like I went to bed and everything flowered overnight. It's amazing. We've got pretzel beans. We've got more cucumbers in the back. So what I'll do is I'll let the cucumbers grow up and vine and attach them so that when we want to harvest them, it's so much easier. More peppers. Tomatoes. So that's a Charlie's Red Staker in the back. You can see here that I've been actually trimming this zucchini because he went crazy. Oh, and we have another. Look at that. At the start of a yellow zucchini. Right on. Yellow zucchini actually is sweeter than the green zucchini, so if anybody hasn't tried that yet, give it a try. Usually I save the yellow zucchini seeds and regrow them, so maybe we'll throw those up in the store if they're not already there for you to try. More peppers, and what I'm actually getting this year too is because a lot of the times I'll plant different things in different spots, I'm getting volunteer tomato plants coming back, so I have no idea what tomato plant this is. And I don't have the heart to throw them out, so chances are I'm going to throw them in a miscellaneous bed. Look, there's another one. And see what they are. We've got purple cauliflower doing amazing. I put purple cauliflower outside. It's doing terrible. The bugs are just decimating it. We've got more cucumbers. We've got our miniature tomatoes are doing amazing. Look how big they've gotten since the last video I did with you guys. More tomatoes. So these are pickling cucumbers, so we're going to do some pickling this year and put those away for the winter. More peppers. A lot of these are, so this is a cayenne pepper. So the cayenne pepper is usually pretty compact. It grows more tall than it does wide. So we've actually planted quite a bit of them because I do want to dry them for the winter. Our little micro tomatoes. I threw in some yellow beans here just to, as if we don't have enough yellow beans, right guys? And we have a multicolored pepper here, and there's some more tomatoes. And some more tomatoes. And you're probably asking me, why do you plant your tomatoes in a group? I plant them in a group so that we basically grow them as a bunch and we single stem them. So there's not going to be any leaves going up the stem of the tomato. What we're going to do is we're going to have a canopy and the fruit, and that's it. I find that when you keep too many leaves on tomatoes, it actually gives you smaller tomatoes. Check out our artichokes. So the artichokes you can see here are already starting to form their flower head. I was disappointed that I actually grew so many artichokes, but only 2 of them came back. And then I started reading the health benefits of artichokes and how good they are for your body. And I thought, okay, so I've actually started growing a purple artichoke outside now that we've got more bins. Because boy, are they chock full of health benefits. Check out our beans, guys. Lots of beans. Ooh, there's some good sized ones in here. Look at that. Not bad. The lettuce is still actually doing really well and holding up. This is actually a red romaine, but I use it as a baby leaf. But if I left it, it would actually curl up into a nice romaine head. So we're going to save the seeds from this again and replant it because it's extremely tasty and I really enjoy it. Green onion patch, we've been doing some cutting from here, and I think we're going to take a lot of these and we're going to be putting them away, but also using it for nacho night on this Friday. My spinach has automatically gone to seed. I didn't even get an opportunity to eat it, so I'm thinking it's the temperature change. So we'll save the seed from that. Okay, so there's a lot of herbs in here, but you can see the herbs are now starting to really come out in the beds. So what you're seeing here with these yellow flowers, those are chamomile. And we have our radishes and onions, and one of the flowers that I did want to show you was this. So these guys are a Mexican marigold, and they're actually known as Mexican mint as well because the leaves actually smell like a really nice mint that you can use for tea. So I saved the seeds from these, but what happened was they matured, a lot of them, and some of the seeds got dropped and they reseeded themselves. So we've got all these beautiful Mexican marigolds sort of growing through our beds. So it's actually nice for a splash of color. The corn is doing amazing. So this was an experimental blue corn that I wanted to see if it would grow just in the baskets here, but it seems to be pretty happy. Check out the radish leaves, good grief. This guy's not going to give me a bulb, but this is all radish leaf, all of it. So we've been taking them and sauteing them or adding them to pastas or adding them to soups because the radish leaves taste just like the radish, so they're a little bit peppery, so they're really good. Of course, we have mint. Mint's never going to let you down. It grows like a weed. And the other plant this year that I'm growing is called the Turkestan oregano. So the Turkestan oregano, if you are an oregano fan, you'll really like this one. It's actually very strong for the oregano flavor, awesome in pasta, and basically it has a really great growth habit as far as I understand. So we're going to give it a test. If we see that it likes the greenhouse and it likes the conditions, we're going to keep it and reseed it if it doesn't come back. But so far, this is amazing. And of course, oregano can be used for colds and coughs and flus. So lots of antimicrobial and antibacterial information on this oregano. So Turkestan oregano. One of the other plants that's finally coming back to life here is the sweetgrass. So I'll have to give it a little bit of a haircut, but it smells like vanilla when you hit the grass blades. Grows like a weed, of course, because it's grass, but I'm actually excited to braid some of this and keep it. Here we are back at my favorite vine. This is our grapevine, guys. Check out the size of the grapes. Look at that. So they're gonna get probably a little bit bigger than that, and then they're gonna start to put on their color. The clusters are amazing. Let me go around the other side. So if I just stand back here and sort of move in slowly. Clusters, clusters, clusters. Oh my goodness. They're all in here and above. And so far what I'm finding is the clusters are staying sort of in towards the middle of the plant. We're gonna have a lot of table grapes. Now, the other thing that's really doing really great that looks like it's going to put on a flower head is my safflower. Not saffron, but safflower. So you could use this in place of saffron if you're doing any cooking, like with rice or anything like that. But it looks like they are super happy. I've got several of them that are actually putting on flower heads. So we'll see how they do. What I've done is I've planted blueberries. So these are my Patriot blueberries, and we're gonna test it out and see how Patriots feel about being grown in a greenhouse. But so far, so good. And this herb patch, once again, our feverfew is growing. We've got oregano, kind of oregano, so that's Greek oregano in this one. And I always have to check my labels because sometimes I forget. Oh yes, and this one is holy basil, so really Tulsi. So if you're interested in different kind of basils and oreganos, I am. There's a lot of different flavored ones out there, so give them all a try because they're all really good. My rosemary, for whatever reason, has decided that it wants to flower. It's done amazingly well in here. I gave it a little bit of fertilizer probably about a month ago, and it's just doing awesome. And then up here, what I've done is I put in a couple of baby sunflowers. We've got some basil in here. And way down in there, we've got a begonia. And all of these are going to be daisies and flowers that are going to come up. We've got bay leaf. And then our pepper grass has actually gone to seed. So if you're interested in trying something new, we're going to be keeping the pepper grass seeds, and we're going to be putting them in the store. So this is an awesome herb. Like I said, if you're interested in spicy, peppery addition to your food, and let's say you run out of black pepper, pepper grass is awesome. So here we are in the red walking onion patch. Take a look. You can tell now that the onion skins or papers, if you want to call them that, are starting to dry. And I just can't believe the size of them. They were not this big last year. So we'll be putting these up in the store because there's only so much onions I can plant. Isn't that awesome? And they really got red this year. They were not this red last year at all. That's it for me today, guys. Thank you for joining me on my Thursday journey. I want to take advantage of the sun while we still have it, so I'll keep the greenhouse tour short. I just wanted to thank all the subscribers and new subscribers to our channel. Thank you so much. and we'll see you soon. Have an awesome Thursday.